Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday, and technically the second live stream Tuesday of 2025. I hope that you guys have had a good start to your week, that your weekend was good as well. So, I mean, there's a lot to report on for tonight's live stream. And it's really only mostly to do with an assassination attempt being made on me by my bed. And it means that it was, Sunday that this happened, when I was just, changing my bedding. And I have these things that are like elastic bands that hold the sheets tight. And they go underneath the bed, so I put the mattress on its side, and one of them decided to let go of its grip, fly across at me. I actually had my back to it at the time, but I was holding the sheet at the top, and it came through and hit me directly on my little finger, blood spurt, and wasn't particularly good, quite painful, and it is the quickest bleeding I've ever experienced in my life, because as soon as it hit, it's the metal bit that hit my finger, obviously. There is an elastic kind of material that's obviously keeping the tension, but it's the metal bit that hit my finger. And as soon as it hit it, I kind of went, oh, that hurt. And then I already had blood running down my hand. So it was all a bit dramatic, but as you might be able to see, you might not even be able to notice it too much, apart from the fact that, I've done my best to cover it over. But I'll tell you about that more in a second, because it is a bit more of a pain kind of all round, other than a pain in the finger. And I'll let you know exactly what I've been going through in order to stop this from bleeding and doing all that kind of stuff. But anyway, we will have a shout out to you guys in the live chat room, because I can see in there we've had Bella, Allison, Billy, Corey, Morris, Guitar, Rich, I think that said. It's going through too quickly. Christian, Blade of Zorro, and Lisa in there, Kevin, Karen, Cindy, Vera, Susie, Jade, Angela, Corey, Melody Rocks, Brian. Hello, thank you for joining me on this Tuesday night. So, first of all, before I get into anything else, or just give even more of an update, I will get the names of my patrons up on screen, because they make this all possible in the first place. So thank you guys. You know who you are. Their names go across the bottom of the screen throughout the live streams on a Tuesday and a Saturday. And they are the foundation of everything that I do, as I always say. So a huge thank you to these lovely people that are going across the screen. I will get on screen as well the likes goal for tonight, which is set at 545. So that's what we're going to be aiming for tonight. If you can leave a thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be very much appreciated, because we are aiming for that total. And if we do hit that total, it means that we are going to be having a Fil Jam at the end of the live stream, and it's going to be Fil Jam number 202 we are on. I'm just going to check that is correct. It is correct. So, number 202 for tonight. We'll bust out the guitar, have a jam, if we hit 545 likes. So, let's get the likeometer up on screen, see how we're doing at the moment. And we've just passed 250 likes, now 256. So, a good start already, closing in on halfway there. And yes, Bella says, didn't Phil hurt his finger last year? No, I think it was ages ago that I hurt my finger, and that was this one. So I injured this finger probably, 6 years ago or something crazy like that, where a golf cart closed on my finger. And unfortunately, it closed, but with the weight of it, so it came down on my little finger. And I'm amazed that my finger stayed in one piece. The only thing that happened was because it's like a compression injury, it means that the end of my finger and the nail obviously was long gone. Even though the nail stayed on, it was going to die over the next few days and weeks. So, but that fully recovered, which is great. I say that. There's a little kind of lump that I've never noticed before, only because I'm now looking at it, knowing where that injury happened. I can see kind of a little lump there. I don't know whether it's going to be possible to see. I mean, it's pretty good. You can't tell that something absolutely obliterated my finger. So, yeah, that's fine. So now it's on the other side. It must be something to do with my little finger just, getting in the way all the time. But then again, like I said, and this is something that I've been getting used to, because you could see how already it's subconscious for me to do that with my little finger. And obviously rock horns probably helps with the muscle memory, but because I've been trying to keep it out of the way of everything, whatever I do, if it's something like this, picking up a mug, I'm putting my finger well out of the way to make sure that I don't aggravate it or hit it on anything. So there you go. So if you see me doing that, and I might have my kind of finger like that, I'm not doing some weird hand signal. It's just that my body is my muscle memory is keeping that little finger out of the way. So anyway, yes, I don't know why, but the right finger, like I said, I think it was unlucky, but maybe lucky at the same time, because it hit the tip of my finger and it's quite deep. I know that it was deep because of the amount of blood that was coming out, but also kind of the look of the cut. It wasn't a surface cut. It had gone into the kind of fat, the fleshy part underneath, because I could see that. But anyway, so I tried to kind of close it up, and that was on Sunday. The reason why the video got released a little bit later, about 8:30, is because at 10 to 8 is when I did that, and it took about 40 minutes to get it to at least stop bleeding so I could do something. And it's unfortunate that at then 2:20 in the morning it started bleeding again. So I then had to kind of wrap it up, and then the next day, which was yesterday in the afternoon about 4:00, I thought I'd take a look at it to see how it was getting on, which was a massive mistake, because I opened it up to have a look, it started bleeding again. So then I covered over, and then I realised, I've probably just reopened the wound when it was about to kind of close. So I'm wearing this until tomorrow at about 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So it's going to be on for 2 days. So hopefully when I take that off, it won't be bleeding anymore. But if it is, I'm going to maybe get it glued together or use these steri strips in order to pull the wound together to get it to heal. But I'm hoping that it's all right. I mean, it felt better kind of last night because I managed to sleep without waking up, whereas the night before I was waking up all the time because of the kind of throbbing sensation, which wasn't very nice. So anyway, that's the health news for tonight, and it means that just trying to do everyday things with the wrong hand, like even just eating a cereal, and it's something that you can have a go at home, that you just take for granted how much muscle memory plays a part in everything that we do when you're now using your other hand to try and do things that you never use it to do, like just brushing your teeth and especially with cutlery, kind of swapping it around and now trying to use this hand. Exactly the same as learning to play the guitar. That it doesn't matter which hand you start with, you will learn to do it that way, and then if you try and do it the other way, it's like going back to the beginning, so all this muscle memory that's just stored there that you just take for granted. But anyway, it should be fine. So I'm just gonna have to now know that changing bedding is like a danger zone area, and just to be very careful and always be on my guard. I'll probably have to go in maybe with a helmet or and gloves. That would be good. And I do take a lot of care of my hands. So it just so happened it obviously detached, but the angle that it came at was perfect to hit directly there. And I don't know what speed it must have been doing, but it's probably traveling pretty quickly. Certainly to kind of do the damage that it did. But thankfully, I also was thinking, if there was one finger for it to hit and damage, that finger is by far the one that you would choose, or the one that I would choose, or a guitarist, maybe, depending on what you... Well, I think in most styles, guitarists like fingerstyle, for example, thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger. you don't use your little finger, or at least, you know, some people do, but generally it's just going to be those. So your little finger sits there doing nothing. For my tapping, and not that I'd kind of risk that at the moment anyway, but for the tapping, I use my second finger and third finger, and that's it. So I don't use my little finger. For obviously doing hybrid picking, don't use my little finger. So the little finger on the right hand side is literally the only finger or thumb that isn't being used. Because I was thinking, I use my left thumb over the top of the low E string. I'm holding the pick with that thumb. So yeah, it was unlucky that it happened, but it's lucky that it hit that one, that exact finger that I don't necessarily need for playing the guitar, which is fine. So anyway, yeah, getting back to playing the guitar, we are going to have a fill jam. I'm just going to play with a slightly fanned out hand like this to keep the little finger out of the way of everything. So we'll see how that goes later on. If we do indeed hit the target of 545, we will see. And we're looking for what, 220? Is that 290? Oh no, 223 more people, I think, to hit the thumbs up. I'm not sure. And see, this is the thing, even doing a thumbs up, oh, I wonder if I'm going to get fireworks. Oh, I'm not getting the fireworks. Oh, it's just giving me a thumbs up. Maybe because the little finger now ruins it all. Because I've still got the things on from the New Year's Eve live stream where you do 2 thumbs up to get fireworks. But my little finger sticks out now, so it's not going to be able to bend. So it's almost like I'm on the phone and all I get is a thumbs up. And I think somebody told me, a little birdie told me, that on the last live stream, a thumbs down happened. And I don't know how, obviously it's kind of doing that, might make it, yeah, there you go, thumbs up, thumbs down. So the thumbs down came up, but I don't know why I was doing a thumbs down last time. So yeah, I'm literally not going to be able to set off the fireworks at the moment. But I mean, if you want to hit that thumbs up, if I just do it with one hand, is it going to register or does it have to be a double? Oh, there you go. It just takes about 5 years to come up on screen. So yeah, if you could hit that thumbs up, that would be great. And it'll get us closer to the likes goal. I'm trying to remember what other stuff there was. I know there was a heart symbol, but I'm not going to do that just because, yeah, there's no need for that kind of thing. So anyway, let's get back into the live stream because I put this up on screen because the donations little tab there at the bottom, because you don't have to donate, just watching is great. And I know that some people can't resist donating, so I think it's important that they know between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the Super Chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link, which you can find in the description below. But just watching is great. So there have been donations, which I can see already. Thank you guys for those. We will jump into the Super Chat window. To begin with, it's Paul, who's donated $5. Thank you for that, Paul. The message is 456,000 subscribers. Most excellent. Let's have fun tonight. And please spike those likes, all y'all. Rock. So, this is how I'm using my mouse. it's like the little finger is constantly extended. So, yeah, better that than catching on anything, because that'd be just my luck to go back to square one, and don't want to go back there. Anyway, yes, we have hit, as Paul says, 456,000 subscribers. So thank you guys for subscribing and hitting the thumbs up, hitting the notification bell, which you will need to do to get notified for all of the videos and the live streams. So yeah, thank you for getting involved. And let me remove that from the screen. Karen has donated $10 as well, so thank you for that, Karen. And the message is, hi Phil, just wondering how nobody gets hurt when playing concerts, literally in floods of rain, i.e. the Goo Goo Dolls in New York. Thanks so much for all you do for us here. So thank you for that, Karen. And I mean, the one that springs to mind, I mean, I can't remember or think of the Goo Goo Dolls performance, but the one that springs to mind for me is the Prince performance at the Super Bowl, where it just absolutely, chucked it down with rain. And I think I mean, generally, the reason why people aren't just getting electrocuted all the time is health and safety. And yeah, making sure that all of the connections are, watertight so that nothing can leak into where it shouldn't be going and cross over to any kind of electrical outlet or anything like that. So while there is probably, a little bit of risk, especially outdoor events are set up for that eventuality. So they make sure that everything is absolutely, watertight, so to speak, so that nothing can, get in where it shouldn't. And with Prince, I think the difference was that they weren't expecting it to be like that, for it to rain as heavily as it did. So I think in that kind of situation, it's maybe a little bit more risky because it might have been set up without the rain in mind, even though you think, well, you've got to think about it raining. But I mean, I'm sure they had things in place just in case it did rain. And obviously, because nobody was electrocuted or anything, it was covered well enough from that safety standpoint. But I would still say that I don't think they were quite expecting that amount of rain. So there was a potential for something to go wrong, but thankfully it didn't. It was all fine. But nowadays, health and safety is the reason why everything is planned for and covered just in case this happens or that happens. So that's why I think it's the same now with every single event that goes on. The health and safety is so, I don't know, it's so secure. It's almost over the top with the health and safety that it just reminds me of there's this sketch with Alan Partridge, and I think Alan, and this is an old comedy thing that Steve Coogan was in, and he was the Alan Partridge character, and I think he was going to light a cigarette on like the forecourt of a gas station, or a petrol station as we call it here, while he was filling up his car with petrol. And the guy said, Mr. Partridge, there's no flames allowed, or or cigarettes being lit by the petrol station, or by the petrol, or what do they call them, the I don't know that, holding the gas station pump, gas pump, petrol pump, I'm going to call it that, even though it doesn't quite sound right. So he said there's no naked flames allowed close to the petrol. And then Alan Partridge says it's PC gone mad, which is political correctness. I don't know why it reminded me of that, but anyway, what I'm trying to refer to is the health and safety. Like now, sometimes if somebody's filming something and they want to, I don't know, stand on a fence or something, or sit in a tree, and they say, oh no, you can't do that, it's against health and safety. And some of the things that you're not allowed to do are just crazy, because you can't do that, it's against health and safety. You have to fill out different forms if you want to climb a tree or stand on a fence or something. So sometimes it's a little bit crazy, but in the music world, exactly the same thing will be applied to make sure everything is as safe as it can be. So let me skip this advert, and we've had another donation, and this is from CCD, who has donated $19.99. Thank you for that. And the message is, hello Phil, everyone. I am thrilled to have found your channel. Your expertise and knowledge is expressed with truth, kindness, and never derogatory. Just informative. It's refreshing, and your smile is heartwarming. So thank you for that, CCD. And Orlando has donated $2 as well. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, catch up crew for me, spike the likes with lots of thumbs up without a little finger pointing out. Tortordo Porco's donated $10 as well, so thank you for that in the messages. Money for bandages, pain and suffering. So thank you for that. And I do have these Steri strips things on the way, just in case it's a little bit more of a pain than it already is. But thank you Vicky as well, who has donated $5, and the message is, laugh out loud. I did that with my sheet holder. They are a dangerous weapon while changing sheets. Rock on Phil. So thank you for that. And yeah, certainly now I respect the bed sheets a lot more than I used to. Or it's just that thing, with obviously the metal bit on the end. You think, yeah, that probably, well, I know it can do damage when it's flying across the room at you. So yeah, I'll do it a little bit more carefully in future. But Sue has donated $9.99 as well. Thank you for that, Sue. The message is for bedding attack repellent with a smiley face. So thank you for that. Yes, I think just maybe getting some, I don't know, motorbike, leather stuff, that they wear with a helmet and then gloves. Next time I do any changing of bed sheets, I'll have that all going. And then like workman boots, like the steel capped boots that you can have, so that I'm totally safe. And probably actually quite good clothing for the temperatures here in the UK. I have seen that over in the USA things are going a bit crazy in places with just snow and ice and all that kind of stuff. Here, I mean, it's not too bad. We've been down to -4 and it's around kind of freezing, if a little bit below. But so good weather to get all of that stuff on, all of that protective gear. But yeah, thank you so for that donation. And just jumping over to the PayPal window, we had a donation from Hiker, who has donated £15.88. So thank you for that. And the message is, thanks. Please make my ears hear live again. So, well, that's pretty much, hopefully, in the future, what might happen. We will see. But yeah, it's just, it'll take a bit of time to work ourselves back towards people actually singing how they sing. I mean, it sounds crazy, but yeah, we will get there in the future. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we will see. But thank you for that, and I hope that I'm saying your name correctly. It's Heike is what I'm saying, but it's Heike. So thank you for that donation. And Dominica has donated 62 cents. So thank you for that. And the message is, hi, sent everything I had on my PayPal. I'm sorry it's only pennies. Just wanted to thank you for all the objective and much needed analysis videos. Also, love your Phil Jams. You're extremely creative and obviously a hard worker. I respect it so much. Greetings from Poland. Rock. So thank you for that. And yep, like I have said before, you don't need to donate. Just watching is great. So thank you for doing that, Dominica. And we've had another donation, and this is from Debbie, who has donated £10. So thank you for that, Debbie. And the message is, hi Phil, congrats on 456,000 subscribers. Nice to see your analysis on Sir Cliff Richard. He has given us some great songs over the years. You did a great job. Keep up the good work. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that. And yeah, Sir Cliff Richard is just a huge name here in the UK. But yeah, he's getting back out on tour this year. And yeah, you'll have to watch my video as for kind of what is going on with his shows. But yeah, he's been in the industry for absolutely ages. I mean, yeah, when I say ages, I mean ages. Like, I'm not even sure how long. I'm trying to think, that at least 60 years. But like I said in my video, he's a singer who's always sung, fully live. I say always sung. For the majority of his career, I mean, it's only kind of more recently, obviously, because he's 85 now, I think. So yeah, I mean, or in and around that age, but he's been in the industry for so long that he's always performed live. And yeah, I think things might have just changed around maybe 2017, something like that. But you can watch that video if you want to. But certainly Sir Cliff Richard is a legend here in the UK. So thank you for that, Debbie. And Cindy has donated £30. So thank you for that, Cindy. And the message is to purchase new strings for the gem with a smiley face. So thank you for that. And yeah, the gem is in is in need of a string change at some point. And the thing is, my Strat has just been plugged in the whole time, so that's what I've been using for the fill jams on the live streams. And yeah, I mean, this is, I guess, the thing that would just be my luck would be to be playing the gem, a string would snap, and then the string would hit my finger. That's what would happen, and it would hit my little finger. So yeah, I'll stay away from all of that just while everything heals up. But thank you for that, Cindy. Right, now we are up to date with everything over on PayPal and in the Super Chat window. So thank you guys for the donations. You don't have to donate, of course. So the likeometer is now at 425, which means you're looking for 120 more people to hit the thumbs up. And then we will be having a fill jam at the end of the live stream. And Elaine has just donated $5 in the Super Chat window. And the message is, I need to give you a lesson in folding military corners on your sheets. Much safer. So thank you for that. And I don't even know what that is. But I'm assuming it's something that keeps your sheets really tight so that you don't get any crinkles in them. So yeah, I do not know. So I think, I mean, generally with keeping the sheets really tight across the bed, and it's going to be like the undersheet that I'm talking about here. So the undersheet is connected on both sides and it goes underneath the bed, and this thing that attacked me goes underneath the bed, and you have two that attach kind of to the corners, and they kind of pull together so that the sheet is really tight. I don't know how you would achieve that other than just doing that, from putting one side into the other side and putting the top part and the next part, so that it maintained. I don't know how you would naturally get that kind of tension, because you would need excess of it in order to make the tension. I don't know. So I don't know. I'll have to look up what military corners are. So thank you for that. And just quickly, we've had another donation over on PayPal, and this is Lily, who has donated £3.82. So thank you for that, Lily. And the message is, for Heel Phil's Pinky Finger Fund. Love your content, Phil. So thank you for that. And yeah, I'm sure it'll get there. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping that tomorrow afternoon, when I take this unique arrangement that I've got on my finger off, that it will be closed and that it's kind of healing. Who knows? But hopefully, because it is a bit of a pain not being able to, having to wash my hair and all that kind of stuff, and trying to wash your face with one hand. Another thing that people can try, because you're so used to using two hands to wash your face and putting water on your face, that trying to get enough water in one hand, it just falls out of your hand. So it's really annoying. So yeah, it is a bit annoying. So hopefully it'll heal up quickly. So thank you for that, Lily. And there's been another donation. This is Karen, who's donated £5.99. So thank you for that, Karen. The message is, hi Phil, congrats on hitting 456,000 subscribers. I'm really sorry that your finger got injured. Who'd ever think that a bed would become like the killer golf cart that attacked you years ago? Trust me, I'm not joking about what happened. I'm sending you wishes for healing and a full recovery. And the little birdie Chipper wishes you more. Best wishes, Karen. So thank you for that. And yeah, Cheryl's just donated $19.99 in the Super Chat window as well. So thank you for that, Cheryl. And that is a straight up donation. Right. Now, I haven't even mentioned the thing at the top of the live chat room, the vote for tonight's cover video. And this is between Carry On, Wayward Son and Don't Stop Believing. That's the other one. I can only ever see the one that's in the lead. But it looks like Carry On Wayward Son is in the lead with 57% of the vote. So yeah, if you want to hear that, you can vote for that. If you want to hear the other tune, Don't Stop Believing, then you can vote for that. Obviously, it's going to be my version of either of those two songs for tonight. Right, we are at 25 to midnight here. And we're getting relatively close to the likes goal for tonight of 545. We might make it, we might not. If you could hit that thumbs up, that would be great. In order to get ourselves closer to, busting out the guitar a little bit later on. Now, there has been another donation over on the PayPal side of things. It's Leslie who's donated £15.26. So thank you for that. And the message is, are you writing new songs? The musical landscape will be less beautiful without your original compositions. So thank you for that, Leslie. And not at the moment, I'm not currently writing or recording or performing because, I'm doing a lot all at the same time. And this is it, that, people who might not watch my channel might not necessarily appreciate to begin with, that everything that you see, I do. And it is quite a lot. So it means that with my music, I did my own album and I produced it myself, recorded it myself, and got it out there. Obviously set up my website, did all that kind of stuff, and the logo and the merchandise. I actually, before going to spring.com, what happens is when you reach, I think, 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, you then get options for your merch, because obviously you've got a few people watching, so companies then offer to do the merch for you. But before then, I was literally sending everything out myself, and I still send out my CDs. So whenever there are orders for my CD on my website, then I put those together, package them up, go to the post office, send them off. So there's a lot to do. But also, I mean, we've got the analysis videos that I do on YouTube as well, and each one of those takes between 6 and 12 hours to do. So alongside that, for the last year, I've been working on a side project at the same time. So it just means that I've just got so much going on at the moment that, unfortunately, I'm kind of not having the time available to sit back and write songs and, release them and do all that kind of stuff. And the other thing is that, my album took about between kind of 6 to 8 months to get that all together, because I was doing it all myself. So I'm doing every job that somebody has at a record label. I'm doing that. I'm doing like I said, logo design, all the stuff that then goes with then having to release a CD after you've recorded it. But the recording process takes between 6 to 8 months. So it means that if I was recording music again and releasing it, then I would disappear for 6 to 8 months. And especially with YouTube, that's something that, unfortunately, if you miss one video, the algorithm doesn't tell people about your videos anymore, and just everything just falls off a cliff, which I had probably a couple of years ago. I missed one video on a Friday, and then for the next couple of months, everything just went downhill, and then had to try and build it all back up again. So it's just the way the algorithm works, unfortunately, is you can't really afford to take any time off. So that's it. But I think everything that I'm doing is very closely related, and it's actually, I think, really important for my side project to be doing the stuff that I'm doing on the channel, because they are going to be very tightly linked. So it means that everything that I'm going to be doing on my side project when I launch that soon, the analysis videos are a direct part of that, for kind of material that can be referenced by people who are checking out the side project. They can see then what I do and what I've done, and my year's worth of analysis videos, and the year's worth of objective data that I've looked through, and they can relate that to this side project. So it's something that I'm quite happy doing what I'm doing at the moment. Maybe I'll get back to the music in the future, but at the moment, I think it's probably more important for me to try and use where I am now, with the people that know me and the amount of subscribers and the amount of people that watch my videos. It's more important for me to try and have a positive impact on the music industry as a whole, rather than just kind of allow the music industry to keep just falling down, this rabbit hole of eventually nobody will know what anybody's doing, whether they can sing or they can't sing, whether they can play or they can't play, because everything will be digitally manipulated. Whereas, I feel like, if I've got this platform in order to potentially make a difference, I think it's more important that I try to do that for kind of every artist and the music industry on the whole, rather than me just focusing on my own music and just ignoring the fact that the whole music industry is going south. Unfortunately, a lot of people see it that way, and a lot of people don't really connect with modern day artists because of the things that are digitally manipulated, that you just lose the expression. So yeah, I don't mind at all putting my music just kind of on the back burner while trying to sort this out and help in a way, because if I can do that, I think that's probably a bit better use of my time to have a positive impact on everything, especially for independent artists, to be able to let them be able to tell people what they are doing and whether they are legitimately, performing live and singing live and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, at the moment there's nothing really in place that allows people to have that transparent relationship with their fans, kind of, or even across a whole population, for people to know what's going on. So but yeah, I mean, my goal in the first place was to have my own album. That's just what I wanted to do. Record my own album, get it out there, and then hopefully people liked it and hopefully people bought it. So I never thought, I've got to do 2 albums or 3 albums or 4 albums. I just wanted to get one done, because when you're doing it all yourself, it is a large undertaking. So anyway, thank you for that, Leslie. And Vera has donated £11.45. So thank you for that, Vera. And the message is, "Hi Phil, a little donation to buy some goggles to go with your helmet and gloves for the next time you change your killer sheets. Hope you heal quickly. I've been attacked by the sheet keepers also. Congratulations on your ever-growing subscriber count." Very well done, Vera. So thank you for that. And yeah, next time I'm going to take a little bit more care with changing the sheets. But anyway, there have been some more donations. I think Karen was the next one who donated $10. So thank you for that, Karen. And the message is, "In Get Back, John is singing, 'My rock and roll finger is bleeding. My rock and roll finger is hurt,' jokingly, as he gets a band-aid on it. Laugh out loud." So thank you for that, Karen. And Blade of Zorro has donated £5. So thank you for that. And the message is, "You're a breath of fresh air. Watching you playing all the instruments yourself, it is such a pleasure. Keep up the good work. You rock." So thank you for that, Blade of Zorro. And I'm trying to think of the Zorro movie. I know that there was the really old one that I haven't really seen very much. The main movie that I've seen is the Antonio Banderas, I think that's his name, who plays Zorro. And it has Anthony Hopkins in it as well. So that's... who else does... Catherine Zeta-Jones. I don't know why the names are popping into my head, but there you go. Somebody needs to ask me questions about the movie Zorro, because my brain is getting me the information at the moment. But yeah, that was good. I think there was a second one to that. There's like... I don't know. One of them was called like The Mask of Zorro, and then the Legend of Zorro. I don't know what the second one was called, but I'm not sure the second one was quite as good, in my opinion, as the first one. But that always tends to be the case with those kinds of movies, when they have a big hit with the first one, and then they do a follow-up one, and it's a little bit, not really that sure about it. So anyway, whether there are any more after that, I do not know. I just have seen that kind of main first one where they are mining, and they get all the people to mine, and there's a huge explosion and all that stuff, and Anthony Hopkins has to teach Antonio how to be Zorro and that kind of stuff. So thank you for that, Blade of Zorro. Right, where are we at? We are getting close. 23 more people required to hit the thumbs up in order to have a Phil Jam a little bit later on in tonight's live stream. We are approaching midnight here. And yeah, if you haven't hit that thumbs up, it'd be much appreciated if you could do that. And yeah. Corey says, don't forget Tonto. So that's the horse, I think. And Now, there's something that he says to the horse, and I can't remember what it is. Yeah, so anyway, it's my brain is throwing a word at me, but for some reason it seems wrong. It's like Kimusabi or something. I don't. That just seems like a random word from somewhere that has popped into my head. So, hi ho silver. So what's that other word? That must be from something that is maybe it's oh, is that the Pirates of the Caribbean? I don't know. It's a weird word that popped into my head. So, Kimosabi. Oh, Lone Ranger. Oh, there you go. So, Lone Ranger, apparently, I don't even watch that, so I don't know. So, if that is to do with the Lone Ranger, I don't know why that bit of information is in my head. Obviously, there's a link to it because Zorro and the horse and riding the horse, but I don't know why my brain gave me that word. Obviously, is related to. That's what Tonto calls the Lone Ranger. So thank you for that. Oh, that's the Lone Ranger, not Zorro. Okay, right. Tonto is the Lone Ranger's sidekick. So maybe because somebody said Tonto, that brought up that word from. And this is the amazing thing, that there's information in our heads that we don't even know we know. But obviously Tonto and that Kimusabi word is in my brain there for some reason. I don't know why. But I was surprised actually that I got all of the actors that were in Zorro. So my brain is fishing out these little bits of information that I know when I'm not asked about it. If I am asked to try and remember the name of an actor's character or even their name in a movie, I'll try and think of it and then my brain won't give it to me. It won't make that accessible. So that's just the way it works, unfortunately. Right, let's quickly jump into the PayPal window because we've had another donation in there. And this is from Carolyn, who has donated £10. So thank you for that. And it looks like that's a straight up donation. So yes, thank you guys for the donations. It is very much appreciated, but you don't have to donate, of course, as I always say. And I can see that we are bang on the likes goal. So we will be having a Phil Jam a little bit later on tonight. So thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. You can keep on doing that. If you're watching this on catch up in the future, you can keep on hitting that thumbs up. It really does help the channel to grow and for the live streams to get out there a little bit more as well. And I think earlier I picked up the mug to show how I was holding the mug with my other hand, getting the little finger out of the way. But if you want to get your hands on any of the merch, then you can click on the tray underneath this video. If you don't have a tray underneath this video, then you can click on the link in the description below, and that will take you through to the spring.com store. So another thing that I noticed was on TV that I haven't seen yet, but I don't know if they have a US version of this, or I know that they have a version in Australia and maybe Germany, I'm not sure, but it's a show called Hunted, and it's basically people that go on the run for about 3 weeks and have to evade capture from like special, like not CIA, maybe they have that over in the USA, but in the UK it would be like maybe detectives or inspectors or police people or MI5 ex-employees, all that kind of stuff. So they are trying to find these people who go on the run. And it's a show that I do like to watch. And I saw that recently here in the UK, there's a new series that has just started that's like a celebrity version. And it means that celebrities have to run off and evade capture. So I will probably maybe watch that at some point. I don't know when. But the thing about that, which is amazing, is first of all, the people doing, or the hunters, the people doing the chasing, just what they can pick up on. If somebody makes a phone call, then they can get that phone number. They can track that person's handset. They can find out where they live, and they can get CCTV footage from everywhere, so that it then, flags wherever these people have been. But the thing about the show is that I think there's about 100,000, or I don't know how much it is in maybe dollars. Maybe they have $100,000 in the USA and Australian, but I think it's £100,000 here for not the celebrity version. So it's not the celebrities that are winning the money, but the kind of real life public version where it's just normal people going on the run. I think it's £100,000 that you can win, that if you make it, and whoever makes it to the end has to share that money. So yeah, that's about, I don't know, about $130,000. So yeah, it's interesting to watch. And yeah, what gets me is, if I were on that show, I would just try to just go off grid, like take a tent and go and live in a forest somewhere and see if I can make it for 3 weeks, because it's going to be for £100,000, which is a ridiculous amount of money if you make it to the end, or you might have to share that money. But the amount of people that you see that are getting caught just being stupid, like ordering a pizza or going to like a fast food place to have something to eat, and then the hunters run in and then catch them. And it's like, well, yeah, because you're on loads of CCTV and you used your credit card in order to buy it. So, yeah, some people don't. And you think, well, they must have seen it before to know that it's going to be so easy to track where you are when you're doing that, when you're using your credit card and when you're walking in front of CCTV. So, yeah, some people aren't necessarily that switched on, but yeah, I would certainly try and stay off grid as much as possible. So there's another thing that I do like to watch. So that's the Skinwalker Ranch program, and it's called Hunted, I think, not Hunters. I always get confused, but I think it's called Hunted. So I like that. And the other thing that I like is the show called The Traitors, which is actually on here in the UK. Our new series of that started last week. So yeah, that's quite fun to watch as well. So that's pretty much all I watch on TV, or all I really look out for when they're starting up again. And more often than not, I miss the beginning of the series anyway, because I'm doing lots of other things. But sometimes that's quite good, because it means you can do almost like the box set thing, because you've missed like the whole series. That's what I did with Skinwalker Ranch. So I think I missed the first 8 to 10 episodes, even though I am looking out for it. I still am looking out for it, but in and around my daily activities, which means I don't really have time to look out for it. So it meant that I got to watch them, quite quickly, and didn't have to wait the week in order to find them. And that was it. Karen says, is Netflix available in the UK? Yes, it is. And but I think with Netflix and Amazon Prime and all of these services that are like streaming services, they are all governed by the copyrights that are regional. So sometimes there'll be a show that's being shown in the USA, but then in the UK you can't watch it because it's not covered, or at least the kind of lease of the copyright is not for the UK, it's for the USA, and then it might swap over, and then you can watch it here and they're not there. So that's maybe something. If there is something on Netflix, I don't know whether that's in relation to what I'm talking about. And the Hunted, I think I saw the first series of Hunted in the USA, but that's all I've seen of that, and that was years ago. So I don't know if there are more series of that maybe I could line those up and watch those as well, but who knows. So thank you for that information, Karen, if that's what you're referring to in the live chat window. And I'm just waiting to see if anything goes through talking about that kind of thing on Netflix. The other thing is the Traitors show. There's an Australian version, and this is another thing that I think, well, if I was on that, I mean, I don't know what I'd do as a traitor. It'd be quite difficult, I think. But yeah, I think if I were on that show, what I would do is, because I think, well, the premise of the game is interesting, but when it gets down to like the last 4 or 5 people and they know each other really well and they all kind of trust each other, even though there's traitors there, sometimes it is like, well, literally a traitor stabbing somebody in the back in order to win the money. Whereas I think if I was a traitor, I would think, well, yeah, but we've all done really well, so we've all got the right to this money, so let's just all share it and share it equally. And what's the problem? So yeah, I don't think, maybe I don't have what it takes to be a traitor. So, and the other thing is, when the people who are faithful are trying to find the traitor, the problem is you can't overtly try and find them, because then you get killed or murdered in the nighttime. So if you get close to or making accusations at somebody and it is a traitor, then you're not going to be in the game for very long. So yeah, it's really tactical. You've got to try and figure out how you would succeed in the game. It'll be very difficult, but who knows? So, right, we are going to be jumping into, we've got to do the cover video for tonight, which is going to be Carry On Wayward Son. So, Blade of Zorro says, get VPN and you can see the regional stuff in other countries. So thank you for that. Yeah, I could maybe do a search that way. Not that I've got loads of time to do it, but it's sometimes something that I can have on in the background when I'm on the laptop. So I'm trying to think. There is NordVPN, who are constantly asking me to do an advert for their program thing on my channel. So, but like to everybody, I say, yeah, unfortunately, I don't do sponsored videos. I don't know. I think it's even though, I mean, some of the stuff that I've turned down. Yeah, this is going to shock people. I've turned down the PS5 from Sony. They wanted me to promote that before Christmas on my channel. But I said, I don't do sponsored videos, unfortunately. Also, an electric bike, which was worth I think $2,000 or $3,000, something like that. And yeah, it's like a heavy duty electric bike, and that looks really cool because it's like a mountain bike, and the wheels are like really thick. Mountain bikes are really solidly built that had like a lithium battery in it, so when you're going uphill, that kicks in and makes it just as easy as being on the flats. But also you could just use it on the flats as well if you just can't be bothered to pedal very much. So yeah, that's another cool thing. I then was also asked to promote a cinema chair. And when I say a cinema chair, I mean for home cinemas. So it was massive. And they said, we can send you one of our chairs if you do a sponsorship or just mention it on your channel. And I haven't got a home cinema, unfortunately. So even if I did do sponsored videos, I guess maybe I could store it somewhere and sell it for however many thousands of dollars it was. But, it's absolutely huge. But, I don't do the sponsored videos. And the reason for that is because I just think it's a bit weird when, like, if I'm introducing a video, and I've seen other channels that do all these sponsored videos, and they're just talking about what they're doing in the video, and then all of a sudden it cuts off, and they say, and by the way, this cinema chair is the best cinema chair that I've ever seen, I've ever used, and I've used a lot of cinema chairs. And you think, well, I haven't actually seen one about a cinema chair. It's generally about like a shaver, for your face or whatever, and shavers for, I have seen them, like the Manscaped thing, which I've been approached about many times as well. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not going to be doing anything. So, just seeing it on videos, for me, it's just, I don't know, a weird break. And I'd rather my videos just flowed. And I mean, it's bad enough with the adverts that already interrupt them, let alone having an advert that is interrupting it, and then it comes back to me and I'm talking about some kind of product and giving you a code to get money off. And the mobile games as well that I get approached about, can you put this on your, can you just put a 15-second segment in your video about our mobile game, and then they can get a code to get this special armor for the character that they can download. It's like, it's not really relevant to what I'm talking about with pitch correction. and looking at somebody's performances and the pitch lines. So yeah, there it is. But anyway, talking. Before getting into tonight's cover video, we will get into it quickly because we're running out of time just because I'm talking so much about things. But this is Carry On Wayward Son, in my version of it. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! Okay, Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas. Let's do this. Rock! Carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. As I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion, I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think, I still was a madman. I hear the voices when I'm dreaming, I can hear them say, carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. Oh no. Masquerading as a man with a reason, my charade was the event of the season. If I claim to be a wise man, it surely means that I don't know. On a stormy sea of moving emotions, tossed around I'm like a ship on the ocean. I set the course for winds of fortune, but I hear the voices say, carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. Carry on, you will always remember. Carry on, nothing equals a splendor. Now your life's no longer empty, surely heaven waits for you. Carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. And there we have it. That was my version of Carry On Wayward Son. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And we are going to be jumping into the Fil Jam pretty soon. It does last for 6 minutes and 10 seconds. So that'll take us through. If I started instantly, it'd take us through to 10 past. We might be cutting it a little bit fine tonight. Right, let me just stop that echo from happening there. We've had another donation over on PayPal, so thank you for this. And it's Leonie who has donated £7.17. So thank you for that. And the message is for being amazing with all you do on your channel. So thank you for that, Leonie. Right. Now I'm wondering whether... I don't know if we've got time for a Fil Tune, because I know that a few people have been asking to watch a Fil Tune. And I need to find one that isn't actually very long. I haven't got the running times here. So we've got, 10 minutes left of the live stream. We've got 6 minutes. It's going to be the Fil Jam. So it means we've got 4 minutes to have a Fil Tunes maybe inserted into this part of the live stream. So anyway, somebody request a Fil Tune in the live chat room, and we will see. I think the fireworks one is a long one. I think it's like maybe 6 or 7 or 8 minutes. So we'll run out of time. GovFest might be short enough. Let's have a look. So I'll see you guys after this for the Fil Jam. So we'll get into the real life story. This is a real life story from my life, my musical life, that's now called a Fil Tune. But anyway, we'll jump into this. See you after. Rock.
Holy gosh, guys, you will not believe what I have just managed to secure.
What are you talking about? Can't you see we're right in the middle of watching Jeremy Kyle?
Well, I have just managed to secure us as the headline act in this year's biggest and only festival in Maidenhead. On Monday evening.
Monday evening? Sounds like a very queer time to have the final big act of the festival. Well, I guess it must be a bank holiday for the crowds to be there.
I think we should not check and just assume that is the case. It would be great to play to a festival crowd. I'm starting to feel nervous already.
Well, I can't believe we are going to be on the main stage. This is so awesome.
Well, it can't hurt to get our music out to a larger audience and to play on a large stage. It will be a great experience for us. Hello there, I wonder if you can help me. My band are due to headline the GovFest and we can't find the venue. Do you know where it is? We stupidly thought we would be able to follow the crowds, but we must be in the totally wrong vicinity. Any ideas?
Oh yes, this is GovFest. Are you Phil Henley?
Heck. Sorry. Yes, I am Phil. I do apologize, but I seem to have missed where it is being held. Where is the crowd and where is the main stage?
The main stage, or stage 1, is located over in that direction. Stages 2 and 3 are in the opposite direction, with the acoustic stage just in front of the toilets.
Okay, great, thanks. So where do we unload to get to the main stage? Is the space on stage to have our equipment ready while the previous band are playing? And also, how far away is the field and stage, as I can't hear the crowds and I assume it must be a long walk from here?
Note, the main stage is behind you. If you look on the floor, there is some gaffer tape on the floor running diagonally across the corner of the room with main stage written on it.
Ha, for a second there I thought you said there wasn't actually a stage and that it was just a floor divided into 2 sections depicted by gaffer tape.
That is exactly what I said.
Oh, I seem to have been misled by the use of the term festival. This is in fact just a room with gaffer tape on the floor in 3 corners of the room depicting stages 1, 2 and 3. It also seems to get to the toilets you have to walk directly through the acoustic stage while the person is performing, not to mention of course the unique aroma that is being generated from behind the stage.
This is the way we set it up every year and it's always worked very well.
How many people do you get on average a year coming to this pub? Sorry, festival.
We tend not to count in numbers as I find them misleading. I hate figures.
Great. Well, I shall take that answer as attendance is minimal. Well, we have 10 friends and family coming down at least, thank ruddy heck.
Do they realize it is £6 to get in on the door?
Holy guff. Are you yanking my crank? How can you justify that entry fee? That means you will be making at least £60 from us alone, and that is before any beverage purchase being taken into account. How much are we getting paid for this gig? Sorry, festival.
We don't pay the bands, not even petrol money, because we are totally out of order.
Well, to be fair, that seems to be common practice these days.
Yes, and also the bands that we book to play are not checked beforehand, so they could be the worst band we've ever heard.
Well, again, at least you are following the common guidelines. So shall we set up now while there is nobody around? Haha. That was a joke.
Okay. Also, we might ask you to turn yourselves down somehow, as some people prefer to watch the television, which we leave on during performances.
Fantastic. Well, do we at least get any free drinks or food? We will be here for 6 hours in total after all.
We will allow you free tap water all evening.
That's absolutely fantastic. For some reason water is something I feel like I need to stay alive, so having it from a tap for free seems like a great offer. Thank you so much.
Think nothing of it.
Oh, I will. Right, I had better get back to the van and tell the guys the good news about the extortionate ticket price, not getting paid, no stage, and no crowd. Thank you for this opportunity and this great festival. Before I leave, I must inform you this has now become the worst day of my life. Bye.
One last thing. While we were talking, I could see your car was getting a parking ticket.
That's brilliant. Bye.
And there we have it. That was tonight's, real life story, as I used to call them, but they're now called Fil Tunes. So yeah, thank you guys for requesting that. And I'm just gonna try and adjust everything for this Fil Jam. Now, I have to say that because of my little finger on my right hand, I'm changing my picking technique a little bit to keep it well out of the way. So we'll see how that goes. And zoom out, microphone on, and moving over here, let's click on this. There's an advert which I will skip. Right, this is called Spacey Melodic Rock, backing track in B minor, and it's from YT Jam Tracks. That's YT in capital letters and a capital J for jam, and capital T for tracks. Let me just skip that advert. And if you can let me know what the levels are like, that would be good. And I'll see if I can actually hear anything to begin with. Oh. Which I can't at the moment, which is a bit annoying. Oh. That was why. It's still muted from the advert. And there we have it. That was it. And I realised that the track was going to finish, went for my last bend, and did just about manage to turn the volume down without getting my little finger involved, because that's what I realised. I would use my little finger to roll off the volume in that kind of a motion. But then I remembered I can't do that because it's injured. So I had to try and get my hand in a position to turn it down with like the second and the third finger, which just felt really weird. Because yeah, generally, I mean, players that are used to adjusting the tone or the volume, you generally use the little finger for that kind of stuff. So yeah, anyway, we got away with that. I think that was Spacey Melodic Rock backing track in B minor, and that's from YT in capital letters Jam Tracks. So there we have it. And earlier in the live stream, when I said that I don't use, that's the only finger that I don't use on my guitar, obviously that's a lie, because I do use it to roll the volume on and off and kind of make that kind of tiny adjustment while you're playing. So obviously I forgot about that, but that's what happens. You've got all of this muscle memory that you don't necessarily appreciate, that you do, or I do, literally use every finger and thumb on both hands when I'm playing. So anyway, there we have it. Thank you, Joe, for sending that my way. And yeah, you guys can check that out on YouTube if you want to. Spacey Melodic Rock backing track in B minor from YT Jam Tracks. So, right, we are going to be calling things to a close now. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to be here with another video tomorrow night. I'm going to be live streaming on Saturday night again, of course. So if you guys can join me then, that would be very much appreciated. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up and getting us to the total for tonight. And on Saturday, we're going for a new record. So we'll see how we get on with that. If you can join me in order to hopefully get that total a little bit higher, that would be very much appreciated. But all that's left for me to say is try to have a fantastic rest of your week. All that's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow night and see you at the next live stream on Saturday if you can make it. So I'll catch you guys then. Rock!